All right, so the last question we were looking at, right, is using the search and replace option. The word cyber will change to cybercrime. What would happen? Anyone wants to guess or suggest an answer? So what happens when you search and replace in Microsoft Word? What happens is the field that's in the search, it will look for that string of characters, and then it will replace it with the characters in the replace field, right? So in this instance, all the occurrences of cyber will be cybercrime. So in the document, you would have, it will begin as cyber crimes become more pervasive, right? So basically anywhere you see cyber, it will now have cybercrime. So this would be changed to cybercrime crimes. Okay. Everybody sees that now? Yes, and okay. Okay. Right. So that's that question. Right. Okay. So let's look at this question. Now, this is another past paper question. The following questions relate to word processing. List the 4 steps involved in moving a paragraph from the beginning of a word processing document and placing it on the last page of the word processing of the document. So what are the steps you would do to move a paragraph from the beginning of a document and place it on a large page of the document? Okay. So now they said 4 steps, right? So you have to detail it in a couple of steps. So what you could do is this, right? You could move the cursor to the beginning of the document, right? So you go to the top of the document first of all. Then you select the paragraph, okay? So you use the cursor again to select the text in the paragraph. Now, the important thing is they're talking about moving the paragraph. So the operation you're going to use is you're going to cut, right? So you're going to cut it. You selecting the cut icon or Control X, right? So that's 3 things. And the last step is you want to move the cursor to the last page of the document and click on paste or use Control V. Right? So I think you had the idea. You had the right idea. Right? Okay. Next, briefly describe how you can place your cursor on a new page when the cursor is on the current page. Right? So how do you place the cursor on a new page when it is on the current page? Right? So first of all, I want to highlight. So this is one of the questions that CXT had, and because of the wording, it's easy to misinterpret it. So on reading it first, one person might think, well, okay, you're on page 1 of a document. How do I put the cursor, for example, on page 2? And to do that, yes, you continuously press enter until it moves to the second page. But what exactly they were looking for is put the cursor on a new document, right? I know it's not very clear, but that's what they were looking for. And to do that, you actually create a new document. So in general, you will go to the file, new, or click the office button and then click new, right? So that's what they were looking for in this case. Right. So part C to this question, state the word processing feature that can be used to send a personalized letter to 500 clients. Yes, correct. So mail merge, right? We did this in the SBA. So what it does, the mail merge, if you all remember, you created a source, you had a primary document, right? And you use that primary document together with some source data. So for example, a database. And then you use the mail merge technique, right? And what the mail merge does, it facilitates the sending of a standard letter to a lot of persons, where the letter has to be slightly different in some way. So the letter could be different in terms of the names of the recipients, or in terms of probably their email address or phone number, etc. Right? So it's mail merge you're going to use for that part of it. Right. Okay. So part of this also, this slide back on the word processing, is a homework question from a past paper. So I would like you all to attempt this at home, right? So for homework, there are questions, one from the spreadsheet slides, one from the database slide, and one from the Microsoft Word. Okay, so when these slides go up on the shared drive, you all could access it. Okay, so I'm just going to pull up another question now. Right, yeah, I'm just pulling up another possible question. One second. Okay, sharing a past paper question here. Right, okay. So this is from May 2014, right? The question is, answer the following questions based on the spreadsheet below. So again, you have a spreadsheet with first name, last name, some scores and some subject and a total, right? And they also have a graph of the scores. Okay, so the first thing is state the address of the cell which contains 62. So what is the address of the cell that contains 62? E3, right. Remember always when addressing cells in Microsoft Excel or spreadsheet, you put the column first and the row second, right? That's the first answer, 62. Second part of the question, state the function to be placed in cell F4 to calculate the total marks for Mala Mangaru. Okay, so the function in cell F4 to calculate total marks. So what is the function that you have to put? Right, yes, so it's a sum, but what they want is everything. Okay, so very important, right? In the question, they said the function to be placed in F4 to calculate marks for Mala Mangaru. So her marks are in C4. So you have to put equal sum C4 to E4. All right, so you need, it's very important to pay attention to the location of the data. Right. State the function to be placed in cell C6 to calculate the highest mark in math. So you're going to put a function in cell C6 to calculate the highest marks in math. What's going to be that function? Right, so for the highest, you use the formula max max, and then the data will be from C2 to C5. Right, the output will be 83. Should be 83. Okay. Name the type of chart displayed in the spreadsheet. So what type of chart is this? What type of chart is that? How would you categorize that type of chart? Remember, using spreadsheets, you could create many different charts or different types of charts. Line graph, yes, a line graph or line chart is correct, okay? All right, state the range of the data displayed on the x-axis of the chart. State the range of data displayed on the x-axis of the chart. Anyone wants to give an answer? Suggest what is the range of data displayed on the x-axis of the chart? So first of all, what is this? What is displayed on the x-axis of the chart? What data do you see in there? the names, right? The names, but more specifically, the surnames, right? So using or referencing that to the table, what is the range of data? The data will be from B2 to B5. Okay, everybody understands that now? Right, B2 to B5, right? So it's important to be able to express that in the chat. Right, and that is 7 marks for this question. So you see once again in the Microsoft Excel, you know, you're asked to do a couple of functions. This one has another chart, this time a line chart. Again, as we saw before, it's asking for a range of data range, right? So that's that there. The second part to this question, the Lambo Village Secondary School uses a database named Lambo with 2 tables named students and parents, right? To store data on students and their parents. Extracts of these 2 tables are shown below. So you have 2 tables, as I said, students table and a parents table. The first question, state the data types of the student number and date of birth fields of the student table. All right, let me see if I can minimize it. Right, so what are the data types of the student number and date of birth fields? Okay, so for student number, yes, you could use number. That's appropriate. What about date of birth? Text? No, we won't use text. Any other suggestions? What we could use as data type for the date of birth field? Date, yes, date or date time. Now, the thing about it is you may have suggested text, right, based on the format. But what I want to show you is, if I just share the Microsoft Access, right? So you all see Microsoft Access window? Yeah, okay, good. So if you select date time, then on the format here, there are different formats in which you could express it, right? So you could use a general date where it has date and time, and then then there's medium, etc. So you could change the format in which you have the date and time, but the appropriate field for that will be date and time. Okay, right. Okay, next question. Identify the most appropriate field in the students table that may be used as the primary key. What field in a students table would you use as a primary key? Or what's the most appropriate field? Any suggestions as to which field in the students table you could use as the primary key? Remember, the primary key, the field chosen as the primary key would contain values that are unique for each record. So the values in this field should not repeat itself. Any suggestions? Name, Um, that is something, but it is possible we could have a repetition on the names. You know, two persons might have the same name, first name or last name. Any other idea what field we could use? Student number, yes. So your student number should be unique to each record, right? I mean, you could think about it like in CXC, for example, for the CSEC, um, you all have a unique um, candidate number, right? Oh, it's repeated. Um, repeated in repeated in which way? You mean this, like how we have this here, this number, the 04 number twice? Right. Okay. So let's go back, right? So first I said this is to identify appropriate field in the students table. So for this particular question, we're going to look at the students table, right? And we're going to look at the field or the values in this table. The parents table now. In the parents table, there are repetitions with the student number because, well, they're making this, they're going to have contact information for both of the students' parents, right? So the students' mother and father information. So that's why for this particular question, look at the students table only. Okay, it's clearer, right? Okay, good, right. Indicate the primary and secondary fields that are used to sort the data in the parents table. So what they're saying is data in the parents table are sorted, but what are the two fields used? So what field is used to sort data by first, and then what field is used to sort data um, second? Any suggestions for this one? So which field are they using to sort the data in the parents table? What's the first field they use? How is it ordered? Using what field? Right? So you have surname. Surname definitely seems to be one case, yes. Student number. So in this case, given how the information is, um, you could use uh, you could use either the surname or the student number for the first or the primary field, right? So the secondary field would be what? So after the sort by, let's say, surname, what is the secondary field? What do they sort by next? So two persons have the same surname, or two persons have the same child going to the school. What field is it sorted by next in terms of ordering? Correct. So the first name, right? So we have the so you sort by, let's say, student number. You have the 04 number, and then for this student, you have two parents. You have Lynette and you have Rudy. So then, if you sort by first name, Lynette will be first. How about and you see that going all the way, right? So you have two parents for the second student, 01, and then you have Hafiz and Shahroon, right? Then you have Kirk and Lydia, Ravi and Shubhani. Okay, so it will be student number or surname, and then by first name. All right. State the name of the field that would be used to join the two tables. So which field would be used to join the two tables? Yes, student number, right? Student number is common to both tables. So you will use the student number field to join two tables. Okay. Write a query to find all students in Lara house. Right. So how are you going to write a query to find all the students in Lara house? Okay, so to do this, we can use, let me just share the Microsoft Excel. So to do this, we could use the table that we looked at the previous question, and you could have the different fields, right? So student number, right? First name and surname, and then you have house. Okay, so you do a table in Excel, and then you could say the criteria would be the house. So your house would be Lara. Okay, because they want to get all the students that are in Lara house. Everybody understands this? Everybody clear on this one? Yeah? Okay, good. Right, so that's the students that are in the Lara house. Okay, good. All right, so just to summarize, in today's class, what we did some past paper questions as it relates to the productivity tools. That is spreadsheet, database management, and word processing and page design, right? So it's actually in 3 different presentations, and in each of the presentations, we'll have the question that you'll have to for homework, and you will submit, or we will discuss next class. Does anyone have any questions right now regarding the class today? Any question to go back to clarify? No? Everybody's okay? All right. Okay. Well, if there are no more questions, that is it for today's class. Thank you very much, and we will speak again next week. Thank you.